Hey guys, Josh here, and today I thought we'd take a look at the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Battle Shell versions, Donatello and Michelangelo. Now, when I first heard about these guys, I thought they were just going to be slightly modified versions of the original Nick Turtles that came out earlier, but they are completely different designs, and there's some positives and some negatives with these, so I'll kind of get into those individually with Donatello and Michelangelo. So starting off with Donatello, the one on the left is the Battle Shell version, where the one on the right is the original. Now, these guys do have a few similarities, but they are different in many ways. The one on the left is a little bit more cartoon accurate, if you ask me. It's one that your kids can watch the cartoon, and then whenever they get done, they can play with this figure, and they're playing with something that looks exactly like it does on screen. To where the original is a little bit more comic style, in my opinion. So some of the things that I wanted to point out, one being the head. You can see that this guy is a little bit more comic style. You can see that the little bandana here, or his little headpiece, it's a little bit more streamlined there. He's a very serious face, and the head is also one piece. It's just the painted purple and white there. Where on the cartoon accurate looking one, or the Battle Shell version, you can see that it's very smooth. It's not as wide here around the mouth. And you can also see that he's showing his teeth and he's missing a tooth, just like he is in the cartoon. Also, the little headpiece is a little bit shorter and smaller as well. It's not so wavy. And the other thing that I wanted to mention with these guys is, well, I said the comic style, or the original, looks like it's all one piece. It looks like this section, especially on Mikey, it kind of shows to where this is all one section, but then they glued the very top piece on like it's a little hat, and you can kind of see it in here. Let me focus that in a little bit better. But you can kind of see to where there's a little crack right there, and it's the same on Donnie. It just shows up a little bit better on Mikey, and that's something to kind of keep in mind as well. So if you do have kids and you buy this for them, that's something to be aware of. And you can see that he does not have that problem. Plus, he has a much larger head. Now, taking a look at some of the other differences, just like in the cartoon, these guys are very streamlined and boxy looking, to where you can see the arms there, they're very smooth. Same thing with the legs, very smooth. And that's something that you didn't get with the original. You can see that he has like muscle definition and, kind of like little texture to his legs and things like that. Also, the other thing being the chest. You can see that this is pretty much smooth all over, to where on this guy he had like little nicks in it. So a little bit more detail here. The other thing being the feet. So again, the Battle Shell version is a little bit more cartoon accurate with the way that they did the feet, where this guy has the 3 toes. And then whenever you take a look at the back here, you can see that the weapons on the Battle Shell version, that it's a little bit more lighter, to where this one's a little bit more dark gray. Also at the shells, this is really the main gimmick with this guy, is what's in his shell, and can store some weapons. It's a little bit more smooth on the outside. I wonder why they didn't add that level of detail that they did on this figure. So that's just something to be aware of, something I wanted to kind of point out so you can see some of those differences. And I will go ahead and get into the Battle Shell. Now taking a look at the accessories, he does come with 2 of these Ninja Stars, which are the exact same design as the original Ninja Star. They're just much smaller, and they're also a lighter shade of brown. He does come with this little 3-piece wooden thing. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. He can hold it in his hand, but you can see that because it folds up just like so to fit in the back of a shell, whenever you separate it, you can see that you're developing stress marks here and there, so that's probably something I won't recommend. To where on the original, you just attach it from the sprue and it's already separated. Plus, the original came with this weapon as well. The other thing being his bow staff, which the original does come with. And the other thing I wanted to kind of cover in this is the articulation. I'll just cover it with him, and I won't do it with Mikey, but just so you can kind of see, he does have a ball joint for the head, so he can look up and down a little bit, side to side, rotate. He does have a joint here to where he can move this all the way around, go up and down there. He does have a bend here at the elbow. It doesn't bend very much, but it can give you enough to give you some ninja poses. Bends out that much, rotates here, and then he also rotates here at the wrist, and it's the same on the other one. Now with the leg section, he can come forward a little bit just because this is soft plastic, and go back just so. This also can rotate here and go in and out. He doesn't have any kind of ball joint where if this is facing this way, he can't really come out any, so that's one negative with him. But I guess you're not going to set him down and eventually the legs start, sliding apart. Then he does have a joint here, and then this also rotates as well. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. With the gimmick, you just open the shell up, and the way his weapons will store is you put in the Ninja Stars first, And then with this section here, it will just fold around in here like so. There we go. I think I got it in there. And that'll close up just like so. And there you have Donatello all done. I can take his weapon out, and his bow staff, put in his hand. Forget exactly how I need to do that. Come up from the bottom. The hands are a little bit stiff, and they are with the original as well, so that's something that I wish they were a little bit more loose, a little bit more flexible, but yeah, there he is. Not too bad. A little nice figure. I do like the original version a little bit better, but let's go ahead and take a look at Mike. So now let's take a look at Michelangelo. The one on the left is the battle shell version, where the one on the right is the original version. And just like I expressed with the Donatello figure, everything that is different between those two is different between these two as well. Right down to the the head, the shell, the front chest, the arms, legs, the toes, everything makes this guy look a little bit more cartoon accurate, to where this guy looks a little bit more comic style. Taking a look at the sides here. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a 360 with him, just because we looked at Donatello a little bit more in depth. You can also see with the weapons, these are a little bit more brighter color, to where these look a little bit more what we got with the original vintage figures. Then taking a look here at the back. Again, much smaller shell, very light on the detail, to where this one has a little bit more darker and detail all throughout it. Also with the brown, there's different colors in brown as well. And there you go. I do want to give you guys a little bit of a group shot here. So let's go ahead and grab the comic style art Donatello, or the original. You can see that he's much taller than Michelangelo, and there's also a difference in the skin color as well. Here is the battle shell version of Donatello. So there, all four of them are. You can kind of see that they stayed the same with the colors here, and they did the same with them as well. But they did also stay with the height variation as well. I have one more that I can bring in here, and if I can move this guy to the side real quick. Here's the battle shell version Leonardo. So you can kind of see that they did the difference with the height there and also the color. So now we'll take a look at the accessories that come with Mikey. He does have his two nunchucks, which I showed previously. He does come with two ninja stars, which are the same size, just a little bit different in color. And the ones on the original are a little bit better in detail. They're a little bit sharper here at the ends, to where these are a little bit more rounded off. The other thing is he also comes with a shortened version of this little weapon here, to where you can see that he comes with it on here. It's much larger, and it also comes with a longer chain, plus he also came with these two additional accessories. So it kind of gives you an idea that this is meant a little bit more for kids. There's a little bit more dullness where the sharp places are. It looks a little bit more cartoon accurate, to where the originals are probably a little bit more catered to adults and collectors. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that review. I'll try to do Raphael and Leonardo maybe later this week or next week. But thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will talk to you later.